Alright, so today's vlog, I'm doing the Thorn Queen, which is the sequel to the Rose Bargain. Now, I know I don't have a vlog up for the Rose Queen, or the Rose Bargain, but honestly, I read it so long ago. I don't know when I read it, but I read it when it first came out. I don't know how I feel. Like, it was an okay book. It was average. It was okay. I read it in February. I want to say I read it like sometime last year, but like all I remember was it gave off Bridgerton and Nurse Action vibes. That's what it was. Those vibes were, and all I could say is it was okay. I mean, it was just it was there for a good time. Anyways, this is what could you shatter with this one word, a promise, or a heart? Why? Where did I hit the one feather falling for another? And then it says, the what to one brother in love with the other, having won the hand of the fairy queen Brian. Ivy is now queen of England, but with his attachment to the throne, Bram unleashed the Fae into the human world. After hundreds of years of being kept from their favorite playthings. The others are looking to make up for the lost time, and they do with the wicked Riverly that swept through the country. To the right, Ivy acts a sweet, devoted wife. Behind her smile, she plots to banish her husband, save her sister, Lydia, and reunite with the love of her life, Emmett. Yet Emmett and Lydia remain trapped in the underworld, the dark and alluring home of the Fae. Here, fairies' games are deadlier than ever, and the most lethal trial of all awaits Ivy. In the final contest for the crown, the fates of both England and the otherworld rest on this how far Queen Ivy will go for her heart. Damn. I want dedication. It's like, and then there are places like everywhere, places you enter. That's a young girl from which you never return. For I have sworn there was fair and thought is bright who aren't as black as hell. That's why I wanted to see. I don't know how to say this. So she says, I am human. I'm going to die if you don't feed me. Her name is Bram. And so you might want to punish me, but he doesn't want me to die and nothing else. I have to believe that. And something about humans being too fragile. And then it says, I have felt her. Every moment I am in the cell and I'm feeling her. I'm not going to survive much longer. I have any hope of escape. I have to act. Well, I still have my strength. I am delirious, but I'm not imagining the footballs on the stones. I'm delirious, but I'm delirious. So Zeus says, I have been waiting for weeks, hoping Bram would free me, but I won't have the strength to attempt to escape much longer. And I refuse to just lie down and die. I am afraid of that now than I am of anything that lies beyond these bars. Well. And it says the darkness quiet city. My final thought is of Ike in her wedding dress, hollowed by golden sun. I feel warm for the first time. And then she's like telling the story of the fairy king. And it's like, there was once a fairy king who was beloved by his people. And and it was beautiful and everyone who came across him was enchanted by my present. But he's been absent with his court and doing things. supposedly handsome. Okay then, and it says, it's been nearly 4 months since my ill-fated wedding. The one that ended the image and night of missing and Queen Martin changed. The country is in shambles after all the bargains were broken. For the first few months of our marriage, my name Martin almost completely, I was left alone, nuzzled upon inside Kingston House with nothing but my ladies in waiting and Emmett's own dog, Pig, for company. I would have wondered if Brian remembered I said it all. If not for the way I would have wait him sleeping in my bed. Yeah, I can't really understand this. I'm scared dog. Okay, so this is happening till the end of September. I guess this fall. Yeah, on. Okay. There's like a half moon, and Netflix is really some kind of like magical, something magical about that. I mean, it's really a half moon. And then it says, so they're removing all the wedding pictures of Emmett. And then so there's nothing left from that wedding. And so they go on a journey to England to meet another people. They're going on this journey to England. Yes, they go off to England. And she goes, I wonder if your ladies, it's in the morning. And like, she's like, you must be mistaken. And she's like, I don't know if she wants to get married or not. But if if Emmett the leader in the other world have asked, but I fear I may be running out of time. And she's about to lose hope. She goes, I'm only in this memory of some ill-fated young love. I can't think too hard about it, or I'll lose hope. And I hope it's all I have. And then it goes, and it's like, I hate writing for making me doubt for one moment. I don't want to live in a world where there's one less person I can't trust. My mother's already so few. And she's like, so this lifeless eyes of this girl in deer mask from the night stare up at me. It goes pale and that's me. The deer mask lies next to her head, dirty and askew. And she goes to your majesty. And she's like, I have no desire to speak of the girl and your master rate. Either he understands my sadness and reports my dissatisfaction with the partly names to Bram, or he wouldn't understand, and I would be left trying to explain to an immortal why human life is precious. I had 4 months to become an expert in hiding my emotions. And then just I turned back to Ryan. And so I will have to be careful. I could ask about how to get to the other world directly, like I did yesterday. But maybe if I'm lucky, if I make Ryan like me, he will let his guard down eventually. I don't doubt his loyalty to Brent, but he does seem to be careless. And he's like, it would simply magic the clouds stop raining, so I love you. It's not quite sure who he's speaking to when he says you, but he reaches down and pat her head, so like he obviously loves someone. It's like you could return to the other world, but and I could go with you, and it's like, are any murderers since you're right? From what I have gathered, the other world court doesn't bother. Okay, so like let's talk about the other world court. I'm getting there. And he finds this one guy, but not interested. Because are there any more suitors? Or not? Like, there are no counts of dukes or whatever. There is simply a king from the lords and ladies under him. The first night in the portal was open already night. Brown brought over 12 most important lords, the men and make up its council in their rights, and the mountains transported more aristocracy and numbers. Every few weeks he got a single free ride for a day or two. So does he or does he not get married? And this should get married. Okay, so how many were there? Yeah, so there's 12 ladies in waiting to marry, I guess, Ryan from the other world, and I can see how much it's very like bigoted and the selection bias. But she has no interest in him, and it's like, okay, fine, I want to make a bargain. So she makes a bargain. It's like, but I should have known that she would be unable to resist the serenity of the fairy bargain. Or maybe she doesn't want to see me. She didn't always complain of the loneliness in her letters. Okay, so yes, there's a bargain that she makes with the fairy, but that doesn't happen. And Bram and Ryan are sitting in the dining room and discussing something. There's a dinner, of course, a dinner, and she's like, she has her intern, and she's like all horrified, and she's like very horrified, and I think she's interested. Yeah, so she's like, she just like vanishes into thin air, like, and she's like, I don't know, like what happens, and she's like, it's unsustainable. And again, Bram has only been king for 4 months, but he won't be able to carry on like this for much longer. He's the one the governance is gone. He spends all night partying with his court and then sleeps early. The other make cruel bargains at every turn. And every day more people die. Citizens are afraid right now, but eventually that fear will give away to anger. You know enough about humans to understand that. And she's like, she goes, okay, so far the only Fae who have come through the door have been Brahm's court in their staff. They're outnumbered significantly in Brahm's carries on like this. There are going to be riots. People will fight back, and he will end up dead. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna tell him. Because she doesn't like Ryan. What's her name? I don't know her name. Yeah, so she doesn't like Ryan, Bram, and Ryan. And she's like, well, I already screwed up one wedding, so why get married, right? And go to the other world when I already screwed up one wedding, and she doesn't want to. It's like, why not? And obviously Ryan's like after her, but there's also 12 other ladies in waiting. So she's like, yeah, she's not really interested, and I think they're about to like encounter this guy, and that's kind of what happens. They try to make a bargain, but she doesn't want to follow suit, and that's kind of what we're following. And did I love this book? I mean, no, I gave it a maybe like a 2 out of 5 stars. And just because it was interesting enough, it wasn't. There was not a lot of romance, and And just a YA book, average YA books. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And yeah, I didn't really love it, but I have done. I have like two of my books were like fantasy and romantasy type of things. I kind of needed a palate cleanser, so I got some like kind of romance book, but there wasn't much. And did I love it? No. So it was kind of like a palate cleanser, just in case I got tired of fantasy and romantasy. But yeah, I didn't really love it. I won't continue reading in this series if there's more to the series. Let's see. That's all I have to say. Alright, bye.